Start with Romy.
Coach, wonderful to see you.
Wonderful to see you too, Rob.
Congratulations on the great
I see
news.
you've been cheating on us with the Broncos.
Well, but not today. I left that.
I appreciate that.
Always. A question for you, and also a question for Doc. For Doc, just curious, moving forward, what does this look like? Does anything change in regard to his day-to-day? And then, Coach, as you look through, you're talking about you never said
One at a
why.
time, Rob.
Oh,
I
okay.
can't remember that kind of
Okay.
stuff.
All right.
Day to day, I think will, for most patients, becomes just a new way of life. But outlook, very good. We'll just keep them on routine surveillance scans. Other than that, nothing else.
And help me with this pee problem.
Coach, as
You guys think I'm playing. Like, I'm too old for this.
As you look back and you said you never asked why me, you've always been this very
Right.
positive person. When you look at the challenges outside of the physical challenges, kind of mentally, emotionally, what has been the biggest challenge for you in this process?
Getting people to understand that it ain't about me. It's about y'all. Everything I deal with is like a tool to reach more, to affect more, to challenge more, to love more, to give more. That's what this is about. This ain't about me. Because for me to go through this, the devil had to ask God, have you considered my servant prayer? That's Bible if you don't know. Go ahead and try it. I know he gonna praise me. I know he gonna magnify me. I know he gonna glorify me. And that's what has transpired. So I don't mind going through the afflictions I go through because I know the result. And we helping some folks today. There's some folks right now calling the doctors, scheduling checkups. There's some wives out there saying, baby, I told you. It's some whosoever wills that ain't been to see a doctor in years, but they gonna go get a checkup. Because if it could happen to Prime, baby, it could happen to you. That's what they're saying. They may not have the speed. They may not have the ability to maneuver, but they got that will to make it. That's why. Miss you, girl.
Hey, Coach, over here, sorry. Pat Graham, Associated Press. Two-parter, I'll just ask the first one first. And that's, you had a very powerful video yesterday your son put out about, planning for a will and how emotional that was. Can you, going back to that moment and to this point and being cured in this announcement, could you have imagined this point and what was that journey like? And when hearing the words, hey, this is cured, what did that mean to you?
Well, first things first. You don't want to be a fool and leave and not have your business affairs in order. So, matter of fact, Lauren was there as well as my attorneys. And the funny thing is about that, you sitting up there ranking your kids again. Let me see. Shiloh deserves how much? Bossy, she left Colorado to go elsewhere. Let me see. Like you really going through this stuff. Making sure your mama's straight. Yeah, I'm serious. You rank your kids too. I'm not the only one. So you had to deal with that and going through that. So you're straight. But the second part of that question was.
Basically, just reflecting back on from that point to this point, I mean, how, I guess, the range of emotions you experienced when you were
I'm always
cured.
positive, man. I would get upset when my body don't allow me to do the things that I want to do, and she can attest to that. I mean, you got to understand, I'm out in the morning at 7 a.m. Lauren, let's go, baby. Let's hit this walk. Let's get this walk. And I got 2 bags full of blood and urine with me. Walk. I walked with 1.3, right? At least 1.3.
At least 1.3.
Yeah, so until the time that I couldn't. So I've never looked down. I'm always looking up, and I'm always trying to go get it because I want to be the best Prime I could be for everybody, for everybody.
And then my second part was, sorry about relate to football, but you have a great coaching staff. How much have you relied on them, and how much will you rely on them this season, maybe to help out?
I don't have to rely on them. I'm back, baby. I'm back. I don't rely on them no more. I'm going to be with them. The Bible says, remember the rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Okay, so we're going to comfort one another. And I love them. We have a wonderful staff, and thank God that they're good enough that I don't have to babysit. I don't have to be there every minute too. And I know they got that. It ain't like I told them anything. I think they found out yesterday, like the team found out. They didn't know. And first of all, Constance, let me thank God for our team, Sam, our team that didn't disclose this to anyone. We did a good job. Usually you'd have a couple leaks, you know, but we were pretty good that we didn't disclose this to anyone because you guys definitely would have told it. So I'm thankful for that as well. But Sarah, thank God, baby. I love you to life. Every time we go to the hospital, I hate going to the hospital, but every time we go, you're a true blessing for us, and thank you so much. I have you up on the Sarah the plug in my phone. You connected to everybody. Next question.
Ryland Scholes from Ralph Report. You spoke about this at the beginning of the presser, but what kind of support have you felt from the guys on your team, both the football team and medical?
Football team didn't know. So Lauren and a few people, but our medical team, I know I keep saying it, but she is a gift from God. She really is. You have no idea the sacrifices she made to make sure I was comfortable. She does it for other patients as well, but she is a tremendous blessing, her and her family. So I'm truly thankful that you could tell when you have a doctor that care and they're invested in it, you know, they're invested in making sure you okay to details and all the persons that I was connected to understand what I'm up against.
Adam, go ahead.
Adam, Mr. Tiger, 24/7 Sports.
How you doing, Adam?
Coach. Doing well. Lauren, I actually wanted to ask you a question. You've been with Coach Prime through his foot issues as well. What's it been like just being by his side and seeing the resiliency that he's had over the years?
Pretty amazing. He's never folded, not one time. Even when he was making a decision on what treatment route to go on, everything was for, I mean, no question, it was for his sons and for the football team. He knew his two things in life.
Don't forget my daughters, man. I got 2 girls.
Sorry, yeah, all kids, I
They're
guess.
gonna be mad. Yeah,
All 5 of them. But he's never folded nor waved, not one time. Everything is, I mean, you couldn't ask for sometimes a better patient because he wants to get up and get going right away. So it's been awesome. It's been awesome. It's been a hectic journey. It's been a lot, but there's a blessing, right, in disguise with all this. So.
Hey, Coach. So glad you're doing well.
What's going on, boss?
What's going on? Doc was kind of sharing the details there of when you were kind of presented with a big decision when you found out about the cancer. Can you kind of just take us into that and why you went down the path you did?
Well, Doc, can you explain what went along with the different decisions?
Sure. Yeah. So the type of cancer he has a very high recurrence rate, and there can be progression as well. So the options for that type of cancer is to treat it within the bladder, which would be a long series of treatments, 3 years coming down to my office, getting the treatments in the bladder, with still a 50% chance of recurrence. And so that was when we talked, his values did not align with that. His values aligned with being there for his family and for the team, and wanted to move forward with the curative option, which was the bladder removal.
Coach, you admitted it was scary when you heard the original diagnosis. When did you realize you were going to be able to coach again? And is that the plan to coach?
I always knew I was going to coach again. I didn't realize I was going to coach again. I was always going to coach. It was never in my spirit, in my heart, that God wouldn't allow me to coach again. That's never thought like that. You know, it's just that I didn't want to be running down to the hospital once a week when I got all this on my plate. I didn't want that. And I was even like, okay, can they bring one of the machines and put them in the office? You know, I'm serious, like a dead serious. Like, can they?
We had a lot of conversations.
There were a lot of
about it,
conversations.
yeah.
And Doc would look at me like, he is crazy.
No.
Yes, you were. I saw it in your eyes. He is crazy. Is he like this when he coached? Yeah, but we worked it out.
Brian, go ahead.
Hey, Coach. Brian Howell, Boulder Daily Camera. I have 2 questions for you. First off, I mean, this whole offseason seems like it's been quite an emotional journey for you between becoming a grandfather and seeing your sons go to the NFL and all this. What's this offseason been like for you, just that emotional?
It's been wonderful. It's been a blessing. A lot of blessings comes with the luggage of tribulation and trials. But if you built for the trials, you enjoy the journey. See, most people are result type oriented people. Like, they just want the money, they want the goal, they want the dream. I love the process. I love the journey. I'm attracted to it. I'm dedicated to it. I love it. I eat and sleep and drink it. I love the journey. So understanding the journey that I've been on each year has been tremendous. And we're only in the beginning of it. And we already got one win stacked up. So I'm happy.
So along with that, that leads into my follow-up is that yesterday you had the team meeting. You enjoyed that journey as well. How good was it for you to get back in front of your team and just be
Wonderful.
where you'd like to be?
Oh my God, wonderful. I mean, I'm sitting up there seeing new faces. I'm seeing new body types. Swayze has done our head strength and conditioning, done a wonderful job. Some of the players I know and I ain't recognize them. Like, good Lord, I've been working. You know, they've been calling, DMing me, texting me. They've been staying in contact, but it's another thing to see them and just to see their faces when I'm up there speaking to them, as well as this morning, because they got a lot of things to do academically and wholeheartedly this morning that they're doing. But it was wonderful just to be back and see the new field. The new turf is unbelievable. Thank you, Rick. I mean, the new turf, you guys don't understand. Like, I don't know if any of you have yards, like at your cribs, but it's something about, I don't know if it's the mist or the dew, but it gets a little slippery in the afternoons, early morning. That's what the field does. So we have a wonderful AD that wanted to eliminate that so that we can make sure we have every possibility of getting to the playoffs and having a suitable field. So that was behind the thought process.
Hey, Coach, good to see you again.
Good to see you.
Welcome back. Maybe more for your doctors rather than
Okay.
you, but what is the process of a bladder, I guess, removal, and like, what did you go through during that whole process, Coach, of, you know, having your bladder taken out in a prosthetic?
For the doctors first.
Yeah, so thanks for the question. At the University of Colorado, UC Health, we usually do the procedure robotically. So it's a laparoscopic surgery where we attach a robot to the patient and then we do all the maneuvering of the robot. And then once the bladder comes out, we also take some lymph nodes, make sure it hasn't spread, and it didn't. And then we make a new bladder for people. We use their own intestines, so they don't have to take immunosuppression, but it is a new way of life and it is a learning curve for sure.
And you got to understand when all that is going on, you finally wake up and you try to move. It feels like everything inside of you. I think we have clips of this stuff. We got receipts to everything, but it was dynamic. It was tough. It wasn't a cakewalk. It wasn't easy. Even using the bathroom thereafter was a challenge because they wouldn't let me leave until I used the bathroom. So thank God we got that through. Yeah, that was a fight. That was a fight. It was a fight. But we made it. We made it.
It was a fight.
Dog was like, yeah, it was a fight over there.
Hey, Coach, Leo Barrett with Scope of Sports.
How you doing?
There's been a lot of support from your fan base throughout this time, and the questions. Do you have a message to them and the people who outside your extended family who have been supporting you?
Love them. I appreciate them. I adore them. I don't take them for granted. I'm gonna just roll down these names real quick because I just feel compelled. Okay, Travis Hunter, Nate Newton, Michael Irvin, Redmond, Corey Fuller Hart, Pastor Keon, Pastor Dewey, Deshaun Jackson, Alfonso Williams, Rick George, Cedric Buckley, Pretty Tone is what they call it, Reginald Calhoun, Wheezy, Lil Twist, Constant, Sam, Jose, KK and Mont, Pac-Man, Jones, Big George, Sap, and Little George, Leon and Jennifer. They all came to visit. Leon and Jennifer is there every day. You have no idea what that did for me. Just to get visits. First of all, I didn't want to see anybody. I'm 180 pounds soaking wet at that time. I didn't want to see nobody. I didn't want to see nobody seeing me down, and I'm barely moving around the house, walking like Fred G. Sanford. And the G ain't for good. And it wasn't a good look, and I like to be strong and I like to be me. But I'm thankful that they came to give me love and support and to pray for me. DC Youngfly called me this morning, prayed for me. Like, he called it down from heaven. DC, I love you, boy, and I appreciate you. Let me tell you something. Randy Moss called me every other day to make sure I was straight. Randy Moss prayed for me. He and his wife told me what I need to be doing. He's gone through some things very similar, but Randy Moss, man. I love him to life, love him more than ever. I prayed he told me he's going to come to the game this year. I pray that, but he gave me so much strength and so much guidance and so much love, respect, and appreciation. Thank you, Randy. I really appreciate you. I really do. But there's so many people reached out, to me, DM me and text me and try to get at me. I think we changed numbers a couple of times. We got one more number change as well, so I apologize to those of you that hadn't got back to, but it's going to be another number change. I'm just letting you know. Yes.
So this is a scary diagnosis. I understand if you don't get early detection like you do, it can be as dangerous as some of the most deadly cancers.
Yes.
Can you talk, both of you, maybe a little bit about that initial fear?
Well, the initial thing you do is what we all do. We Google. And that's the wrong thing to do because they tell you you're gonna die, dog. I mean, like they pretty much say that when you Google it, and you don't want to see that mess. Whoever doing Google, you need to change it up because that ain't the thing to look at when you're going through what I went through. Like you got about 30 days, man. Like that's the way it seems like it's talking to you, and you don't want that. And you got to. That's why you got to rely on your faith. You got to rely on your faith and these wonderful people that's telling you the truth. I'm like, Doc, shoot it straight. Yeah, when they start turning their head to the side, it's getting ready to come. It's real. But she never falsified anything. She told me what was 100 and never said, well, you should do this and you should do that. She just explained everything to me so that I can make the decision that I felt like I needed to make for me and my family. Great question.
A couple more, Jeff.
Can the doctor address that as well?
Yes.
How scary this cancer is?
Yeah, so the bad side of this cancer is, if it does progress to the muscle, the rate of metastasis is about 50%. Only about 10% of people live 5 years, even with our current medical treatment, if it metastasized. So, very lucky to have found it at this stage where it was still, I could say the word cure. Because I don't use that word lightly as a cancer doctor. And I think, there's a lot of patients where we don't have that same conversation.
So I'm thankful for the checkup. And I fight them on going to get the checkups. So I'm telling you all again, please, not just you people out there watching, but you people in here, get checkups. Please go get checkups.
Do you want to share the timeline on the checkup versus the surgery or not?
It's
How
quick.
quickly, how much time did
Go
you
ahead.
have to make that decision?
Yeah, we were in spring ball during the time. So he had the imaging beginning of spring ball or mid-spring ball. By beginning of May, we were already, the surgery was already done. So it went quick, within a month, less than a month.
Yeah.
Jeff.
Over to your right, for you and the doctor, if possible. Chip Legwell, ESPN. I've known several people, including my dad, who've had this. And they often speak of the frustration of just dealing with the day-to-day of going to the bathroom or other activities you took for granted. Did you have that frustration, anger at any point during the initial?
No, I thank God for the pen because I got help. But early on, early on, I tried to do my own thing and order me some drawers off Amazon that was going to catch the pee at night, and it didn't do a good job. And now my housekeeper's got to come and change the sheets every day. But it's tough. But I was warned about the trials and what I'm going to have to go through. And it's a whole new lifestyle. That's pretty much how Doc explained it to me. It's a whole new lifestyle. I already have a new lifestyle. I got 8 toes, man. Like I'm sitting up here talking to you with 8 toes. Like and half of my legs are cut out like shark bites. So I'm built for this, man. I'm built for this. There's the gentleman standing right by you just went through some trials and tribulations, and he's standing up there looking as good as me with his hat on. So I pray for him, and I love him to life, and he's a champion to all of us. He's fought back, and now he's back on the horse, literally, and he's doing his thing.
You've kind of touched on it, but what was it like staring death in the face and dealing with the reality?
I didn't stare death in my face. I stared life in the face, man. Man, you think I'm playing when I tell you I'm God's guy. I really am. I'm allowed to go through these trials and tribulations so that I could touch and reach and bless people with my words, with the energy, with that thing that God gave me. So I never thought about no death. You know, I had to make a will because I want to be a business. I want to be a good steward, you know, for my kids and for my family. But no, I got too much life to be thinking about death. Too much life. I got too much life in me, and I got work to do. We got to win the third championship. You talking about death? No. God definitely ain't getting ready to take me before that.
Couple more, Mark.
Yeah, Mark Kisla, Denver Gazette. You just touched on that, and we heard very clearly there was no doubt in your mind you were going to coach again.
Right.
But when you're taking your walk with the 2 bags or fishing with the 2 bags, how did it reaffirm or how did you reflect on where football and coaching fits in your life and why you want to do this?
Football, the decision I made and the surgery I chose was based on not just family, it was based on football. Based on, I didn't want to be going weekly to the hospital while I know I got practices. So football is in there. My faith is number one. You know, football is somewhere down the line, you know, behind family and all of that, but my faith is definitely number one. So I never second guessed that, and we're here, man. Too blessed to be stressed.
Coach, you and I talked enough to know that where you and I both sit, we look at those opportunities for testimony, which you're certainly doing here today. What were you or how were you communicating with your team during this time when there wasn't much information out there? What are you saying to them now about this?
I wasn't really communicating with my team much because I didn't FaceTime because, you know, even with my kids, I think I made a mistake in FaceTime Shador one time, and he's like, "What's wrong with you?" Like, you know, but I didn't do it with my team, but I talked to them, and but sometimes I would talk and my voice was really raspy, and I really, you could tell I was sick. But just the message of hope I've always exuded. Just the message of, I'm going to make it. I'm going to get through this. Well, let's just stay focused on what you got because I'm going to be all right. That's pretty much was my message. And I would keep in touch with the different coaches and challenge them to go to the next level. In my absence, they didn't know what was going on. They just knew it had to be something if I'm not here because they know I love to sleep here, not just coach here.
Coach Prime, Kelly Worthman with CBS Colorado. Question perhaps for both you and the doctor. You say that this is also, you're a vessel for the message to get yourself checked, no matter who you are or where you are. But I wonder if there's things a person should be looking out for to know that they might be at risk or perhaps are in the condition that you were, Coach.
Yeah, so I am also grateful to be here to talk about bladder cancer. So bladder cancer is the 4th most common cancer in men. The early signs are usually blood in the urine. Blood in the urine in absence of infection is never normal and should always get checked out. I think people should see their primary care doctors, as Coach mentioned, to initiate that. But I think, you know, just really making sure that you're going to your primary care doctor visits, staying well, eating well, don't smoke. Coach was never a smoker, and it's one of the people that just unfortunately got bladder cancer, but that's also something that's very heavily associated with bladder cancer.
I didn't have any signs whatsoever. I wasn't on any chart, any list for what this would obtain, you know, to obtain bladder cancer. But it is what it is. That's why I know I'm a messenger, man. Sweetheart, I'm a messenger. Just delivering a message to all. Yes, ma'am.
To that point, what would be your message to people who might feel embarrassed or scared of what they could find if they were to go check it on there? How would you inspire them?
Do you rather be dead? Or would you rather be here dealing with something and being blessed to work with a wonderful doctor like this that knows she ain't no joke? Like it's I don't know if you said this, Doc, I think I might have dreamt it, but I think you said that as good as I was, you better.
I am very grateful to be part of your care team, and I do not remember saying that.
I think you said that, Doc.
No.
I think you said that. No. I don't know if I dreamt that, but I thought you said that. So I was confident.
Courtney Fromm with Fox 31. Glad you're doing okay. Question for Doc. Was there any possibility that the new bladder could be rejected by his body?
So we use people's own small intestine, so there's no chance of rejections. They don't have to take any immunosuppressants, anything like that. The bad thing with immunosuppressants is they also increase infection risk. So the natural choice is something that's already their own, and it can be formed into kind of a ball, which is the same shape as a urinary bladder. Works a little bit differently, but does the job very well.
We'll close it out.
Good. Good coach, Jack Harlow.
Jack Harlow, my man.
Great to see you.
You know, I
Coach.
missed you, dog.
I miss you too. I'm really glad that you're doing better.
There you go.
Yeah, really happy to see you again
Thank you.
today.
Jack is a legend, by the way.
Wonderful.
I just love your sense of humor about this whole thing. Just where does that come from, making jokes, and just how much does that kind of help the process?
There's a scripture that says God uses the foolish things to confound the wise. No symptoms, no nothing, healthy, going in there to look at something else, you find something else. Bless me with this wonderful doctor that is better at her game than I was at mine. And I'm on assignment, man. I'm on assignment and I'm in alignment with where I'm supposed to be. I'm not lost. I'm not here by mistake. God planted me here. Boulder, Colorado? Who would ever thought you come from Jackson State to Boulder, Colorado? That don't make sense, but I'm here. And I'm thankful. So I'm happy and elated about everything, and especially this opportunity that I have to coach these young men and to lead some of these women that are part of our organization, a part of this program. I'm so thankful to be back in Boulder. You have no idea. But I never doubted one bit that I would be. But I know it was just a matter of time. So sometimes it may not happen when you desire it to happen, but it's just a matter of time. And I'm thankful that the matter of time that God chose to keep me there in Texas, to rehabilitate me, to bless me, to inspire me, to feed me with words and that spirit and that fight, and that I was going to come back here right on time, praying for my sons, praying for my daughters, praying for my team. And my team told me so many wonderful things, and they text me so many wonderful things, and they DM so many wonderful things, that I love these young men to life. And I'm thankful that God chose me to coach them and to be right here. Jack Harlow. Follow Jack Harlow. Did I say it right?
Jack, C-A-R-L.
Carlo. See, I messed it up again. Jack Carlo. We're at Jack Carlo?
Jack underscore, yeah.
Jack underscore Carlo. He needs at least 10,000 new followers. All right? At least 10,000. And stay out them DMs because they get you in trouble, dog. I'm telling you. From experience, I'm telling you. Thank you. God bless you all. Appreciate it.